Alright, this is my third time recording this video. Lock the fuck in. Alright. You know what? Ain't nothing wrong with doing YouTube, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with doing YouTube, bro. Regardless of like if you want to do YouTube or if you want to just post videos, ain't nothing wrong with posting videos. Everybody posting videos. Fuck now. I don't care what nobody think about none of this shit. I don't give a fuck. You know, at least I'm putting myself out there. What the fuck you doing? Anyway. Hey. Welcome to the next episode of more Fridays or Saturdays, bitch, because I did it this Saturday. Don't worry about that, but this will be posted Friday. We're going to be talking about what are some lessons I learned this year. And when I tell you, y'all, it has been for me, it has been a great year for me mainly because I learned lessons, but it wasn't like a lesson like damn where I just sat in my depression. I learned some lessons, I reflected, and I transitioned. So, the biggest lesson I learned this year was to really open my mouth. Like I always say, I need to open my mouth and I need to like say what the fuck I need and mean what the fuck I say and stop letting people walk all over me. A reason why I decided to be the bigger person, or I decided to like not say anything, is because in my life I have avoided conflict. I have avoided conflict to the point where like I didn't necessarily have conflict, so I just let niggas say whatever. And it had affected my life to the point where like it caused people pleasing. It has caused me holding my anger in, or like me suppressing my anger in. It has not made me a better, or at the time did not make me a better communicator, you know, or just say what was on my mind or say how I felt, and that did not feel good. And not all of them, but if it like affects me to where like I'm being gaslit or I'm being manipulated or dipped like fucking Mr. Brown said, it made me like rethink about my life decision, rethink about me as a person. Am I this bad person or am I this horrible person? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that I'm not. I'm a sweetheart. You know, I make mistakes, but one thing about me, I promise you, I do not do none of that. I don't be evil. It was me, it was that lesson, and it was also like stop like letting your past hold you back. It was that too. And also stop hanging around the wrong group of people that you don't know need to be around. I mean, they were lessons, not friends. Lessons, let's say that. They were good people a little bit, but they were like not good friends. The universe will give you, as I like talk about this, what I'm saying is the universe will give you people who it's like a mirror. You know what I'm saying? So like a karmic. To say that the universe will give you people like lessons in people to see if you're going to run away from it internally or run away from it like you're going to run away from it, or are you going to actually deal with it? You know what I'm saying? If you're on a self-love journey, if you're on like a spiritual journey or anything around that to get closer to yourself or get closer to God or the universe, it's going to have some requirements what you need to do in order to get to your higher self. You can't just automatically go to your higher self. So whatever you're running away from, whatever you're like doing or anything around that, it takes time. It will give you a karmic or reflection to see again if you're going to deal with it or are you going to ignore it. If you choose to deal with it, of course you're going to go to the next lesson, which you need to like, what you're still running away from. Or If you choose to ignore it, it's going to keep on happening over and over and over again until you actually really deal with it. Or who doesn't serve me no value, I have to value myself in order to do that shit. It's not really a bad thing. When I speak about karmic lessons or anything around that, don't take what I say in a bad light. You know what I'm saying? Take it however you need to take it as. But a karmic is somebody who literally is a reflection of you. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't value themselves, who doesn't love themselves, who doesn't see themselves doing something fucking amazing or anything around that. That's a karmic. So if you're in a toxic relationship, friendship, in a toxic household or anything around that, it's telling you, you have to do this shit. You have to literally look at it and honestly see what the fuck you're going to do. So if you're around a toxic guy who any degrading names and doesn't call you queen, who doesn't call you anything, or if you're around a girl who doesn't call you, handsome or beautiful, if you're a girl or guy, whether you date girls or not, it will give you a lesson what you need to dead ass run from. Or it will give you that person will come to your life and be like, bitch, I don't value myself, but I got something for you. It's not about loving yourself properly. It's about putting yourself first. You have to put yourself first. You can't put nobody else before you, or who doesn't value you. But that's all I need to say right now. Back to the other thing I was talking about. As in life, think about this lesson is teaching me something. What do I need to learn? Once you figure it out, you will win. You will win that lesson, and it will be another lesson, or you will live your life freely and do what you need to do happily. But the lesson is to literally, what are you going to do? Are you going to let that, are you going to cry about it? Are you going to be depressed about it? What are you going to do about it? Because you can't be sad forever. You know what I'm saying? You can't be sad and not do anything because it's in the past now. It's over with. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? I chose to keep going, because I was going to keep going either way. I was going to keep going either way. Because one thing about Jay, I have a plan, and I'm gonna stick to that plan, and I'm gonna do what's best for me. It was just, I had so many distractions, so it was distractions and lessons. It had pushed me far back because I was being low-key gaslit, I was being gaslit, making me think that I was crazy the whole time. I know I'm not crazy. I know I may be crazy a little bit. But I'm not crazy like batshit crazy, or narcissist crazy, or gaslit, manipulate crazy. I say this to say this. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep doing what's best for you, regardless of what that situation has been. If you went through a breakup, you gotta be like, what can I do for myself to where I can be happy again, or what can I do for myself to make me feel alive again? And not for that person. Don't do it for that person. Do it for you. Do it for your inner child. Do it for your inner teen. Do it for your future self. You can't do it for niggas who don't serve you no value. You have to be your own motivation. You can't do it for that girl who broke your heart. You can't do it for the girl who angered you in the past. You can't do it for that boy who angered you in the past. You can't do it for that your mom or your moms or your father, your grandma, anybody. You got to do it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, this is your reality. I always say this. This is my reality. This is your reality. Alright, so people will ask, okay, so how do I actually work on that? If I'm not doing it for for people who's around me, how can I start focusing on myself? How can I start doing this and doing that? learn how to like let all that anger go. Like you have to let all that anger go. That anger, that grudge, that like that revenge you want, or that like anything, no, it's not worth it, because like what are you getting from that when it's coming down to it? Like what are you like you I mean, you know what I mean? Like I understand that that person hurt you. I understand that that person like did you wrong and do this and do that. Learn how to cut that bitch off, or cut that nigga off, or cut that person off completely. How to focus on yourself? I would say honestly, really reflect. I had said something about reflection in that video, and I had said I reflected. The main things that I did was I had this journal that I use. This journal right here, I use to literally reflect on my thoughts, write down all my thoughts. Bitch, listen to music, go to the gym sometimes. But I had like used that energy and just did something positive with it, instead of like hindering that and just reflecting on all that anger, all that pain that I went through. You know what I'm saying? You got to become self-aware with what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because think about like this. Let's say if you do get the revenge, right? Will that make you really feel good? Will that revenge make you really feel good? Listen, tap into your dark feminine shit, yes. Become self-aware with what the fuck you're doing, and honestly be like, you know what, that's not even worth my energy. Like you gotta say, that's not even worth my energy. Getting my revenge is not worth my energy. It's draining my energy, making me look at the past even more, making me look at the anger even more, that resentment, that pain even more. Whole time I'm supposed to let this shit go and move on with my life and do something positive for fucking me. That's what you gotta do. Once you get the sauce or the formula to that bullshit, you will be just fine. That revenge ain't worth it. Who did you wrong ain't fucking worth it, because at the end of the day, they not worried about the whole situation. You are. You are more worried about the situation than that person is. It's okay, but it's not okay. Learn how to like be self-aware, and learn how to like say, okay, that ain't worth my energy, fuck it. And I promise you, your brain will be like, yeah, you know what, that ain't really worth my energy. What I'm saying is, reflect and redirect your energy. Reflect and redirect your energy. Do what makes you feel happy. So if a girl make you mad, if a guy make you mad, okay, what can you do? What's something that can give you at peace? So like I said, that was my main lessons, was to talk about me going through all that, that, like how God or the universe give you a lesson. Man, I think I got so many lessons. Like the meaning, I started my like lesson journey, or like, you know, I started experiencing these lessons back in 2023. And girl, I'm gonna tell you this right now, 2023 wore me everywhere but loose. I promise you, the first motherfucking month of 2023, I promise you, I got heartbroken. I mean, I was like, damn. Yeah, you just gotta keep going, man. I promise you. You gotta keep going. You gotta thug it out. And you gotta be like, you know what? I'm gonna thug this shit out. I'm a G. I'm strong. I'm pretty. I'm nice. I'm this. I'm that. I'm the GOAT. I'm the shit. I'm this. I'm this. And I'm that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta uplift yourself. As I say this, that was one of the lessons. The second lesson was to not look at my past, or not dwell on my past, because it happened. I had recently, I'm not gonna like mention it, but I had made a mistake this year, a huge mistake, a little bit, and basically the mistake had led me to like think that everybody was against me, you know, because I Like I had mentioned, I had friendship trauma to where like I have to be perfect as a friend. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh my, like in the beginning of the year, I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna make no mistakes. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna make no mistakes at all. Made one mistake, and it low key like messed me up. And I had apologized, but it wasn't towards me. It was towards the person that I did it to. I didn't apologize towards me because I was still beating myself up. I was still doing what I was still doing like hurting myself, saying hurtful things in my head and this and that. You know what I'm saying? It took me till now to get over it. I still think about it, but it's not like, oh, like I'm beating myself up. You know what I'm saying? The situation happened in April, and it took me till I was a slave to my own mind. Right now, not right now, but it took me till like literally like 2 weeks ago to get over it. I've accepted. I moved on. You know, I think it was because I was like, bro, here you doing this shit again. You saying some negative shit about yourself. You making yourself feel bad the whole time. That person probably not even worried about you, and you worried about the whole situation. That person probably don't give a fuck about the whole situation no more, and yet you give a fuck about the whole situation. But I had to say, why? Okay, so I had to like dilute it. I said, why do you give a fuck about the whole situation? Why do you give a fuck about, about this? And once I figured out what I needed to do, once I figured out why I felt like that and why I did this and why I did that, I was like, oh, that's why I feel like that. So if you're thinking of something in the past, if you're thinking of something to where like you are just constantly thinking about that situation or constantly thinking about this or this and that, you gotta ask yourself, why do you feel that way? You gotta ask yourself questions to where like you reflect. And look at all these pages. I'm almost done with the book, but look at all these pages. Look. That right there, that journal helped me. It helped me. I promise you it did. I made situations or scenarios that wasn't true. Let me tell y'all something. Whenever like I do something negative towards my friends or I make a mistake towards my friends or around that, I be thinking that niggas hate me afterwards. I be thinking that and whole time that don't be true. That's a scenario. Nobody hates you. Nobody's out to get you. Nobody, like, come on. You may be the main character in your book, but nobody give a fuck about shit like that. I mean, you matter to them, but you don't matter like that to where like you know what I'm saying? So I was like, bro, ain't nobody out to get you, Jay. Like, stop telling yourself that. Like, on some real shit. Stop telling yourself that everybody out to get you the whole time. Niggas are not out to get you. They got work in the morning. Ain't nobody out to get you, girl. And mainly that was because of like I said, trauma, friendship trauma. As I tell you this, as I explain this, I want to let you know, I'm going to say this right now to you and to me. Matter of fact, to me and to you. Because, I come first. But you come first also. Because I love y'all. But I'm going to tell y'all this. And this is on some real shit. I'm going to play my meditation music so you can get to me. So you can feel me. Because realistically, we are all motherfucking connected to whoever's seeing this video. I'm going to let you know. You are valuable. You are lovable. You are unique. You are kind. You are not your negative thoughts. Them negative thoughts do not matter, because it's only going to make you feel bad about yourself. Yeah, you know you the shit. You know you pretty. You know you handsome. You know, bitch, you know you that girl. Stop letting them negative thoughts, stop letting them people or them past people or them lessons that you learned, stop letting them people like get to you to where like you feel so horrible about yourself because you're not horrible. Stop hurting your inner child, because your inner child needs you. Stop getting with people who don't serve you no value. Value yourself. You are valuable. You are creative. You are strong. You know what I mean? You are honestly just like you deserve to be here. You are a beautiful soul. And from human to human, because nobody's fucking perfect, from human to fucking human, I love you. If nobody told you that shit, I love you. I do. So this is a virtual motherfucking hug. This is a virtual reminder to let you know that it's okay. You will figure everything out. It just takes motherfucking time. It really do. It takes time. And you just gotta be patient, and you gotta keep going. Do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I want to tell you I love you. This is the end of the video. Welcome to the second episode of what shit. You'll see in the title. But I love you, and hope you come with me to my next episode. Hope you enjoy this episode. Please leave a like, a comment, and honestly subscribe if you're new. If I served your purpose here. So yeah, I love you.